You know what time it is. Mm-hmm. We've been waiting all year for this. But Buckeye Nation, what's poppin'? Crazy Dog coming at you on the Buckin' Crazy YouTube channel with my team up north, Wolverines, Ohio State Buckeyes Week 14 game preview. As the team up north, who comes into this game at 6-5, travels to the Horseshoe to face off against our number 2 ranked 10-1 Ohio State Buckeyes, who with a win tomorrow at noon will punch their ticket to the Big Ten championship game, where they will hopefully get their lick back against those damn Ducks from Oregon. But of course, to get to that game, we got to get through these damn Wolverines. So, looking at the historical part of this game, of course, this is without a doubt the most, I guess, intense rivalry in college football, right? Now, prior to the last 4 years, Ohio State was putting belt to ass on these bums every freaking year. Like, no problem, right? Then 2020 came up, and they got a case of the sniffles. They backed out like a bunch of wussies. Oh, but Crazy Dog, they were really, really sick. So were we. We legit played games every like 2 weeks, seemingly. We played a game, I think, missing our entire offensive line. It's very sus with how that team up north handled that game in 2020, right? Seemed like they had no intention of really playing us, so they just used the sickness thing as a cop out. Yeah. And then, of course, the last 3 years have essentially been tainted because those losers had to cheat to beat us. Because we were putting belt to ass on them so hard. They're like, we can't beat these guys legally, so we got to go cheat. How did they cheat? Let me just say they knew what plays we were running. Yeah. I'm freaking stallions. Freaking loser. Right? So if you ask me, tomorrow at noon, I'm hoping we see the greatest belt to ass session Ohio State has ever put on these bums. I'm talking, they need to take out 4 years of pent up anger and frustration on these guys for what they've done. Wouldn't even be mad if Ryan Day ran up the score on these losers. Like, I'm talking, the score could be 42-0 after 3 quarters. You keep Will Howard and them out there. You drop 50 on these losers, 60, 70. Beat these bums like a damn FCS team. Take out all your anger, right? And Caleb Downs, if you see that freaking loser Samaj Morgan, right, streaking up the middle, don't be afraid to, you know, hit him with a nice little shoulder to the chest, little hit stick. Yeah, the hit stick. Make it to where next time he sees you, he gets gator arms because he's so scared of what's coming. But yeah, we need the whole damn team to show up, especially those seniors, because those guys came back for this game. They came back for this to get revenge, to have the chance to get their lick back. And Will Howard spoke to the writers earlier this week. It's the vibe he's been giving off has been way different than Kyle or Honda McCord. Because Honda McCord called this just another game. Will Howard, he's only been here for barely a year, right? Came from Kansas State. He knows a rivalry game. He, played against Kansas. Not as intense as this one, but he pretty much came out and said that he wants to win this game for the seniors, for Ryan Day and the others. Right? They came back. It's like, wow, this guy gets it. He just got here and he gets it. Hunter McCord was here for how many years? Just another game. Yeah, okay. That's why we love Will Howard, right? That dude knows what's going on. He knows how it is. But now you look at the matchup history. Of course, the team up north does lead the overall series for now, 61-51 and 6. But if the NCAA does what I think they're going to do, and they vacate the last 3 years of wins, it'll be right back down to 58, 51 and 6. And then we win tomorrow, maybe 58, 52 and 6. It's funny because Wolverine fans get on us about what happened with Tressel and them, the whole tattoo thing. Like, that was tattoos for merch. It's legit cheating. Like, come on now. Compare the two things, right? Our players were just giving away merch, memorabilia for tattoos. These losers were legit cheating. Cheating. They ruined the integrity of the game with what they did. The guys are just trying to, I guess make a quick buck. It's like Miami U and the Bagman. Look it up. McDonald's bags full of money. Right? But yeah, this isn't even anywhere close to as bad as what the team up north did. Now, before I get into the preview of this game, I'm going to talk about recruiting. Because as you'd imagine, this is without a doubt the biggest recruiting event of the season. You look at who's going to be there. I mean, pretty much most of the entire class will be there for Ohio State in the class of 2025. As we look, and yeah, the only non-commits right now that are going to be there, Jakeem Stewart is tentatively supposed to be there. David Sanders might show up. We don't know yet. And Epi Satanoli, who's currently committed to UCLA, will be there. Now, earlier in the week, Malik Autry was slated to be there, but he shut down his recruitment. So as you'd imagine, he's not going to be there. And Chaz Coleman switched up. He's going to Penn State for their final game, I believe. So he won't be there, obviously. We thought maybe we could get him in and, try to rizz him up because we did lose London Merritt to Colorado and Zahir Mathis decommitted a while back. So losing 2 defensive ends in a short time frame, they're trying to rebound and hasn't really looked that good so far. And of course, they could always have some surprise, showings like maybe David Sanders, maybe a few others randomly show up that we didn't know about, right? We'll see what happens. Now, looking at the class of 2026, a few more kids are going to be there, including Notre Dame commit Thomas Davis Jr., who I didn't even know this, but I think he is somewhat related to the Harris twins, Aiden and Andrew, who are both going to be there. So it's like a family visit for that. So that's pretty cool. Also, Sincere Johnson will be there. Jacob Weatherspoon will be there. Albert Hill, Braylon Womack, Zach Fort, quarterback Matt Ponatoski, Messiah Hampton. Yeah, there's going to be a ton of kids there, including Ohio State commit Chris Henry Jr. Yep. Up until, a couple weeks ago was the only 2026 commit we had. Now we have 3 of them. And there's going to be more. You know that. And then finally, the class of 2027 and 28. Yeah, we got kids from the class of 2028 who are going to be at this game. It's crazy to think about already. My God. Quarterback Brady Edmonds, Ohio State commit Jameer Brown will be there. Miles McAfee, another receiver, Amari Stevens. And then 2028, 2 quarterbacks, Neiman Lawrence and Christopher Vargas. Okay, cool. Now, I decided to add another little piece to this preview, talking about Boom Watch. Now, what is a Boom Watch? Well, a boom is pretty much a commitment. These are kids who are essentially on commitment watch. Like, if things go well tomorrow, we win, we might see a flurry of commitments over the next couple of days. I'm only going to the class of 2026 because I don't expect 2027 and 2028 kids to really commit this early. You might get one, but I don't know. I'm not really looking at those kids right now. Class of 2025, of course, David Sanders Jr., who might show up, Aiden West, and Anthony Turbo Rogers all have been, well, except for David Sanders, Aiden and Anthony have been crystal balled or predicted to Ohio State in the past. If David Sanders shows up, there's a good chance he'll be a Buckeye. That's the way I see it. That's the vibe I'm getting. And Turbo Rogers is committing on National Signing Day. He recently decommitted from Alabama, and it sounds like Ohio State will be his team because he has a great relationship with our running back coach, Carlos Lachlan. It's huge. And then looking at the class of 2026, I say Aiden Harris, Sincere Johnson, Deuce Geralds, Micah Smith, Braylon Womack, and Simeon Caldwell all have been predicted or crystal balled to Ohio State in the past, and I could see them committing if things go well tomorrow. You might even see one commit if things don't go well. But I think things are going to go very well for us tomorrow. Yeah. I mean, just look at the vibe of the Team Up North fan base on Twitter. Like, they know what's coming. They know a BTA session is coming. Like, Ohio State's going to bring out the belt. Not just any ordinary belt. They're bringing out the studded belt with those freaking, like, little knobs on them, right? The spiked belt. They're bringing out the belt with that little metal piece that connects it, right? Yeah, they're bringing out the cowboy belt. It's going to hurt real good. Oh, yeah. Now, with that, let's get into the actual preview, right? Before I get into the keys to victory, we do have some news. As from Pete Thamel, and I quote, sources, All-American cornerback Will Johnson is not expected to play against Ohio State on Saturday. He's been battling a toe injury that he suffered on October 19th against Illinois. Wow, dude's got a bum toe. And he's like, I'm not going to play because he knows what would happen if he went out there injured playing against Jeremiah Smith. Jeremiah would cook him so bad. He would go from like a day one draft pick to undrafted. That's what would happen. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. did that to a Penn State corner a couple years ago. Going into that game, he was like a top tier, kid. Like they were looking at him day one draft. After that game, I don't even think he got drafted because of that. That's what our guys can do to you if you're not careful. But yeah, we'll see what the team up north can do to try to stop Jeremiah. They're going to have to double cover, and that should be great news for Emeka and Carnell, Brandon Innes, our tight ends, the running backs, everybody. Because if they get a double cover Jeremiah, that's going to leave other dudes on one-on-one. Yeah. And we don't have Honda McCord at quarterback anymore, so I like our chances. I mean, you look at the Team Up North roster, like they have some solid players, especially on defense. Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, they're going to be playing on Sundays next fall. They have some decent linebackers. Josiah Stewart's really good. Jayshon Barham from Maryland, he's solid, right? Secondary is all right. But, I mean, you're going to have Jair Hill, a redshirt freshman against Jeremiah, brother. Or maybe it'll be the transfer Amir Hall, huh? Or Zeke Berry. Nah, they going to get cooked. If you ask me, they going to get cooked. They're going to have freaking burn marks on their jersey. They're going to be tasting dust and dirt and rubber pellets all game. Now, what about their offense? Their offense don't scare nobody. If our defense comes out serious, they might not even score on offense. This is the same Buckeye defense that held Penn State to 0 offensive touchdowns. Like, remember that? We did not allow an offensive touchdown for like 2 weeks. It's crazy. We might shut down this loser offense. I mean, Donovan Edwards, brother. Gee, I wonder why he sucks. Oh, yeah, look who their running back coach is. The guy we call Benedict Alford. Because he dipped out of nowhere. Which honestly was a blessing because we went out and got Carlos Lachlan. And he turned Trevion and Quinshawn into absolute dogs. So, thanks for leaving, Benedict Alford. Yeah. Yeah, I hope he enjoys watching us put belt to ass tomorrow. For sure. Yeah. I'm getting into the keys to victory. This is the part of the video you guys have been waiting for. Keys to a Buckeye dub. It's simple. Dominate in all three stages. Offense, defense, and special teams. No, right. Get juiced. Get that stadium popping. Make that place hostile as heck. Create chaos in the backfield. Get in Davis Warren's face. Force mistakes. He's very prone to that. Of course, beat the team up north. That's simple. For the seniors, right? Heck, do it for the guys who didn't do it the last couple of years who graduated. You know, take out these like last 4 years of pent up frustration and anger. Like I wouldn't even be mad if they ran up the score, like 42-0. Like if you're up by 40 in the fourth, keep going. Don't stop. I want to see petty Ryan Day, the Ryan Day that ran it up on Maryland after all that talking that they did the year prior. Remember that? When we did an onside kick, I think, or like a pooch kick or whatever, because Ryan Day can be petty like that when he wants to be. If we see petty Ryan Day tomorrow, that's tough. But he deserves to be petty because we're facing cheaters. They have an asterisk next to their little national title. All right, looking at my players to watch, it's simple. Jeremiah Smith on offense. I got the whole unit, all 11 guys on defense. Simple. Keeping it simple there. And then my prediction. Gee, I wonder what I'm going to predict here. 42-6 Buckeyes. 42-6. BTA on TTUN. Did you think I was going to have this game being close? No. No. Go out there and freaking kick these guys' asses. Right? Like I said, take out all your anger from the last 4 years. The year we didn't play them because they wussied out because they got a little sick, got a little case of the sniffles, and then the last 3 years because they cheated. That's the only way they could beat us, by cheating. That sucks. Right? Ruins the integrity of the game. And their fans are like proud of it. Right? But yeah, that's all I got. And I'll see you guys in a little while for Cavs and Hawks on the main channel. NBA Cup game number 3 for the Buckeyes. Buckeyes are playing Pitt today too in basketball. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'll be live on the main channel for Cavs and Hawks, and I'll be live tomorrow for the game, and we'll see what happens afterwards, right? So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Buckeyes. Beat the team up north. Not just beat them. Whoop their... What is this? Yeah. Go Bucks. I'm Crazy Dog. OH. I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah. And oh yeah, muck fish again.